Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, the place where I share my little tools, tips, and tricks with you to help you improve the quality of your life. My name is Rebecca, and today I would like to talk to you about why self-care is not selfish. So if you want to learn more, stay with me. So why is self-care not selfish? First of all, I would like to use an example that Lisa Nichols always used. And it's the example of what happens in airplanes when you have the security supervision in security instruction, sorry, in the beginning of the flight. They tell you that in the case the oxygen pressure drops, there will be oxygen masks falling off. And they always advise you to put your own oxygen mask first before you help any children or people in need next to you. And why they do that is because you actually need the oxygen to be able to help others. Because if you don't help yourself, you may not be able to help others. So, what does that mean in other everyday life situations? Well, first of all, to me, it means that you have to make sure that you are happy. That doesn't mean that you have to be arrogant or that you have to be rude to other people, but it actually can just be as simple as saying to some people, I cannot help you right now because right now I have to finish this project I'm on, or I just need this time for myself because I'm not in a good space right now, whether it's mentally or health wise. It's actually making sure that you take the time to take care of yourself, because then you're able to actually help others. Because if you are keep helping others when you actually need the time and the energy for yourself and to work on your own goals or to take care of yourself and your health, then you may actually be able to make some people happy long term, but not long term, because you will get to the point where you get so exhausted that you just cannot really help others anymore. So, yeah. And what do I do in these moments? Well, first of all, it's important to notice when you need to engage in more self care. And for me, I notice that these moments are when I notice that I'm stressed about when I think about doing things. So, whether it is working on an assignment for university work, school, whatever it is in your case, whether it's helping friends, whether it's taking on a new project that you actually just can't handle time and energy wise right now, whether it's, and it can be something as fun as going out with your friends, but sometimes I notice that the thought of it stresses me and there's actually more pressure behind it than good feelings and excitement. Then I notice that it's actually time to step back and to really look at it and ask myself, okay, so what do I need to do right now? And sometimes it's something very easily short. Sometimes it's something like taking a walk for 15, 20 minutes, an hour maybe, just alone by yourself in the park or by the sea, whatever scenery you like to have, and you are actually capable or able to reach fast. Sometimes for me, it can be meditation, or exercising is also sometimes I just need to move my body and then I'm in a better space. Sometimes it's sleep, sometimes it's eating, sometimes it can be a lot of things. But the important thing is that in those moments when you notice, okay, things are not going the way I wanted to, and I'm feeling stressed or just generally negative emotions towards what I'm planning on doing, then yeah, look inside and check what you want to do. Or meditation can also be a good way of letting go and taking care of yourself. And for all these artists and creative people out there, it can be writing a piece of um, poetry that you like to write, or it can be playing music instruments. If you play music instruments, it can be singing. It can actually be reading a book if that's something you enjoy. It's just doing things that make you happy in that moment. And what I also think is important there is to not do it in an arrogant way. And most important, the communication I find is key in that moment. Because when you get to that point where you are like, okay, I want some time for myself and I really cannot meet my friends today, even if we had a meeting planned long term, or whatever it is, then communication is key. And the error I find I made the most in the past was that I assumed that people could already see or feel or should have known that I was feeling stressed and not in the best place. So I kind of then assumed that they would ignore that and would be kind of like using me for their own good. And I noticed that, first of all, the story wasn't serving me. And then when I actually sat down and not accused them of doing that, but actually just sat down with these people and say, you know what, I love to meet you another day, but today I just need the afternoon off. Or I can only meet an hour later because I need that hour for myself. Or I love to help you with whatever project you have going on, but I just can't right now. I'm just not able of doing it. I noticed that several things happened. I noticed that, first of all, I felt better by communicating it right. Then I noticed that most people actually didn't notice that I wasn't feeling that good. I was feeling stressed because, to be honest, most people don't think that much about how others feel or think generally when you ask them to help. Because they say, well, I asked, you could have said no, or like, I asked you to meet, you said you wanted to, or whatever, or maybe even you suggested the meeting. So it's not about that. It's always about fair communication and how you do it. I feel like how is one of the biggest keys here, because if you go sit there and accuse them of doing something wrong, well, they hadn't, maybe they just didn't know. So, but then you actually trigger them with the way you talk because they feel like you're accusing them and you're doing something wrong now. So, like Ellen DeGeneres always says, be kind to one another. So, try to say it in the way that you want it to be talked to. And yeah, really make sure that you take care of yourself, because then if you actually take, and I know there are people who are more introverted who need more time for themselves. I know I personally am more extroverted. I don't need as much time for myself, but that doesn't mean that I never need it, right? So I think that it's a good task to take care of yourself, because if you take care of yourself, you also show others that you're somebody who has to be treated with respect because you're respecting yourself and your own needs. And the other thing is, when you know what you need and you can actually set your boundaries in a very healthy and friendly way, people are actually going to appreciate it so much more than if you actually set aside everything that's important to you. Plus, you'll get to the point where you would be so exhausted that you just cannot help anybody, and that or just cannot be with other people. And it's very likely that you get to the point where you start like being cranky or mad or yelling or some kind of having an attitude in a negative way. So yeah, I would really suggest that you take care of yourself. So just to recapture this shortly, self-care is important. Self-care is important because you can only help others and you can only be there for other people, and you need to find out what self-care is about for you, how much time you need to take care of yourself, and always be kind and gentle and really compassionate and friendly, just like you would want to be treated. Well, yeah, that was my video for today. I hope you have a lovely day, and yeah, I hope that this video can help me. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye.